Hello, welcome back to FTNTS on YT. It's the only YT of FTNTS. Come on in. My guest today is Hannah Byczkowski. Hey Hannah, how are you doing? You all right?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Happy to be here. So as you know, the first thing that we do here on FTNTS is I tell you what I feel about you. Is that all right with you?
Mm-hmm.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
When I think Hannah Byczkowski, I think of warmth. And I'm sure that's not the first time you've heard that. You're incredibly warm.
Thank you.
And we've not known each other that long, really.
Not long at all.
Maybe just over a year, probably?
Yeah, practical strangers.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good friends?
Good friends.
Yeah.
Cute.
All right. I'm not especially warm, right? Which is part of why I admire your warmth so much.
I think when I first met you, I thought you... Do you know what I thought? I thought you were kind of... I didn't think you weren't warm, but I thought you were analysing me.
Oh, wow.
But I think that's part of your charm now.
Or you think I'm judgy?
No, not judgy at all. I think you're trying to like work people out and figure out what makes people tick. Because you're a jokester, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
You like pushing buttons. I think you like and only in a having a laugh kind of way.
Yeah.
But I think you do like to push. I think you like to figure out what makes people tick and then
Use it against them.
exactly.
Totally at ease with you from when I met you, and I think a lot of people do. I think that part of the reason why you're such a good comedian is because when people come across you, their first instinct is like, oh, what a lovely, warm person. I would be friends with them. Like, if you were running for president, people would say that shit about buying a beer, do you know what I mean? So...
I love this. Thank you very much. Very kind.
No, but I think it's true. It's genuinely what I think about you. And I think with you, you're like a hotel bed. Do you know what I mean? Covered in a stranger's cum. No, because like, have you ever been to like a fancy hotel and their bed's better than your bed?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And you're just like, I know beds, I've been in beds, I'm familiar with beds, but this one's better than normal.
Oh, do you know what? That's really... It didn't sound great at first,
Yeah.
but I love that. It basically means that I'm better than everyone. I don't think I'm better than everyone. I think I'm way more intelligent emotionally than everyone, but I don't think I'm better than everyone.
Do you think you're more emotionally intelligent than you are like academically intelligent?
Absolutely, I'm not an academic at all.
But you're emotionally intelligent.
I thought Helsinki was in Wales until about 2 years ago.
Why?
Helsinki.
Yeah, all right.
Sounds Welsh, doesn't it? Oh, I'm just going to go to Helsinki. I'll be back later.
If you do a fucking Welsh accent, everything sounds Welsh.
I'm just going to Senegal. I'll be back later.
I'm just going to go to the Côte d'Ivoire. All right, question 1. You tweeted a meme of Patrick from EastEnders falling over by those big drinks. You remember that? And what it said on the meme that you posted, it said, when you sit down on the toilet and the seat slides to one side, right, and obviously he's like shocked and that, then you captioned it, I legit trap a flap on mine on a daily. You remember that?
I do remember that, yeah.
My question is, as things move from beneath you, in which areas of your life do you find the most like grounding consistency?
I think my family.
Really?
Yeah, very much so.
I met your family recently, they're lovely.
You did. They're great. Their toilet seat stays on the toilet when you're using it.
All right, yeah.
Which I like.
We're taking this sort of metaphor quite literally now, aren't we?
Well, no, it was that. That's one thing that gives me... It's stability, but physical stability with the toilet. I've since realised that actually... After all that, it doesn't stay on. It's just as unstable as my toilet seat.
So it's not really about the toilet seat, it's about the way they make you feel.
Yeah.
I suppose a toilet seat that you expect to slip from underneath you isn't the same as one you don't.
I don't really understand the question.
Yeah.
And then also emotional stability, because no matter where I am, I mean, we travel a fair amount as comedians.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have that stability, that home that's always there, no matter, that bar in Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah.
Called Cheers.
Yeah, it's a place where everyone knows your name.
Frasier's the spin-off of Cheers.
Is it really?
But it's nothing to do with Cheers. Is he?
Frasier's in Cheers.
Are you sure?
You don't sound sure.
Yeah, but like what? So
You don't
so the film Loch Ness, what Ted Danson did, is that also a fucking spin-off?
Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Loch Ness.
Loch Ness.
Do you not remember that film with Ted Danson in? It's such a good film.
What's the fucking deal with Loch Ness?
I'm freaked out about it.
What do you mean? Why are you so
Do you care about Loch Ness?
I so desperately, more than a lot of other things I desperately want the Loch Ness monster to be real. I want it so much I can taste it.
Would you swim in Loch Ness if it weren't for the monster?
100%. I would swim in it with the monster.
If it could be disproven beyond all possible doubt, then I'd be in there tomorrow. I'd be on the train.
Would you get the train
It's probably a connection.
to there? I'm sure there's a connection.
Yeah, I would.
Is that because they don't really change or because your relationship doesn't really change?
I'll be honest, I was mainly thinking that I'm glad you haven't asked me about my labia.
What's your labia like?
I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Is that like in terms of like how impressive it is?
I think just it's
good.
not really done me, and it's been pretty good to me.
It's good.
Yeah, over these.
Do you worry? Would you
years.
worry about that if you had a bad one? Do you reckon?
I don't really know what constitutes as a bad one. Maybe like a super
Well, if you could,
droopy one.
let's not pretend that implicit in your 7.5 out of 10 is awareness and knowledge of what a 3 out of 10 looks like.
Yeah, it's like a punch lasagna. That was what that was.
Question 2. Your first stand-up show was called Shaggers.
Yeah, it was.
Picture the scene. Where's your sort of favourite place to go out?
In a night out, or
Yeah, a couple of drinks.
probably a nice restaurant cum bar where I can have a meal and then go into the bar area for
Right,
a
you're
cocktail.
at the cum bar at a restaurant, right?
I did once get cum up my nose, but like perfectly. There was no, and I've got a little nose, right?
As in it
Agree that-
shot up your nose?
Yeah, no, it was like
It's supposed to be in
it was
your
like a
mouth.
ghost. It was like,
What do you mean
and
it's
then
like-
we couldn't see any evidence of it anywhere. Like not even, but I was
You
sounding
couldn't
like
feel that it was
no, I
up
could
your nose?
feel it, but it was just, and then I sounded like I had a cold for ages.
Ages?
Yeah, it was a good like 3 days.
But before you blew your nose?
No, it was,
shift it
no, I
with
blew,
cum.
but it was still there. There was still something there. There wasn't even a drop. Outrageous.
It went straight up your nose into your
Straight-
brain.
And that's a little nostril.
Could you not taste it like the drip when you're doing cocaine?
I prefer that
Then cum.
than cum.
You didn't sniffing a line of it, were you? Cum. And you're there, and you've had a couple of drinks. You're a little bit tipsy, and you're looking for sexual intercourse. You're a shagger, right?
I'm a shagger.
And
100%.
so you see someone across the bar. They're attractive. They're giving you the eye. You're getting all the right signals. They come over. They make a little move. You're receiving it nicely. It's what you want. It's what you've been. Kind of what you come out for, right? They proposition you to come back to yours. You're keen, right? You go back to theirs actually, right? And they've got a stunning like penthouse over the Thames. They seem lovely. They seem just sort of ideal for you. Like everything that you would look for in a man. That's what they've got, right?
Perfect.
You make sweet love, beautiful love. You know, one thing leads to sex. You're having sex, coming, all sorts. Everything you want from sex, right? Whatever you're into, that's what's happened.
Right.
You take yourself off for a little wee, whatever you do after sex. I don't know about you.
Well,
You
I don't
come
want
back.
UTI, of course you have a wig.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. You come back to bed. You're in the after cum glow. What do you want from that conversation?
I'll be honest with you. I want to go home.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to. Well, if this is a shag,
You're into it though. You like them.
yeah, but how can you like someone so much after a night of shagging?
I don't know. I've had some quite like nice.
Oh no, I just want to go home.
Really?
Yeah, I want to go home because I assume I'm hungover as well. Or is this like middle of the night?
No, this is ideal scenario. You're feeling good.
I just don't imagine a world in which I'd like someone.
That was the end of that.
My real ideal hookup scenario. Michael, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm not attracted to men sexually to physicalities.
Okay.
I can appreciate a good-looking bloke,
Yeah.
but I'm not like chomping at the bit to bang him.
Yeah.
If someone's a real good laugh, I'm like, You know, I can get laughed into bed. So I would need a bit of flirtation, you know? I'd need a bit of preamble. I'd need a dinner.
So in the scene that I painted, it's not enough personality driven.
Too casual.
Mine was a little bit superficial in a way.
Just completely superficial.
Sort of exposes that for me.
And I think you need to look at that.
Yeah, anonymous sex is sort of what I'm looking for. Whereas you make love to souls.
Absolutely. Only for a bit though, because...
With endurance and
Then
that, I suppose. Is that the factor? Do you mean like, as in the session's not very long, or like you'll only do it a few
No, the
times?
session's fine. I did. I once had sex with someone who took loads of Viagra, and quite honestly, it was the worst night of my life.
Yeah, too long.
Oh, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's just dick swinging.
Rock
essentially.
hard, dick swinging.
It's ridiculous.
It's like throwing rocks. It's like the Gaza
If you've
Strip
got a
out
hard
there.
cock, you've got a weak mind. Mainly because the sex I quite enjoy is like sex when I don't really like someone.
Really?
Hate sex.
Why? Why do you
Don't
think that
enjoy
is?
lovely sex.
You talk about hate sex as in like you want to hate them and they're like you just don't think much of them. But real hate sex would be like, if you got racist mates.
I haven't got racist mates.
All right. Well, imagine you've got a racist mate, right?
Right, yeah.
And he would go around fucking the races that he thought were less.
Oh,
That
shit.
would be. Imagine real hate fucking. Real hate fucking's horrid, really, isn't it?
That's dark, isn't it? Because I was thinking of a man I used to have sex with. I just didn't like him. And then once he tried to give me some love hearts when he walked out the door. And I got so angry, I just threw him at his head.
Yeah,
But
and
that's
that
probably
wasn't
not the
racially
same, is it?
motivated at all.
No, not racially motivated. I don't know what his views on racism are.
Yeah,
But,
you're
you
not
know,
racist.
I'm not racist.
Why do you think that is?
Is
that like a kink
I think
thing?
it's something I need to delve into a lot deeper, to be honest with you, and it's just occurred to me. So that's quite helpful.
Really? What? So you find it sexier if you don't actually find them like sort
I
of...
just find it more like I can just enjoy myself a bit more because I'm not wondering, oh my God, I like you. Loads. Are we going to get married? Are we going to have babies? Are we going to have a dog? Are we going to eventually hate each other and divorce but still have sex occasionally when you drop the kids back off?
So I suppose it's your own feelings you're afraid of.
100%, yes.
And do
perhaps
you have
I
a
am.
commitment thing? Is that a thing for you?
I do now, yeah. I don't like commitment really. I don't like you know what I feel? If you're in a relationship, it's like you've got a Horcrux like in Harry Potter.
Right.
And you're putting your part of your happiness into someone else's hands and responsibility.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's sensible.
Have you experienced that every time a relationship's ended in the past, a part of you has passed away? Is that what's happened?
No, I'm totally fine.
Do you think you used up all your love?
Yeah. It's gone. It's depleted. There are limits. And mine is gone. Thank you.
Question 3. You're known to kill at comedy shows.
Sorry, say that again. I missed that entirely.
I said, I'll take it again. Question 3. You're known to kill at comedy shows. Are you worried about death?
I am not worried about death at all.
Really?
Well, I did a game actually recently where it was to predict my own death.
Okay.
And apparently I'm going to drown. Me and my friend are trying to contact the dead.
Ouija board and that?
Well, no, we haven't done that yet. That's kind of the biggie.
Yeah.
We're waiting to get to that point. We've done Bloody Mary. And it didn't. We have yet to contact the dead.
Yeah.
And then we tried to find out how we were going to die, because then at least there was some kind of like other phenomenon that had a hand in our fate and ultimate demise, which suggests that the paranormal exists. So we thought we'd try this. So we played a game.
Wait, you thought that if you could contact the dead, then you would confirm just sort of fatalism?
Well-
you would just think that everything was determined if you could get through to the other
We
side?
thought if something like a game could establish how we were going to die,
Yeah.
then that would mean that ghosts are real, which is basically what I want. Which makes sense because I bloody love water.
When you say apparently, you predicted that?
No, the game did.
Okay.
It's not hugely, it's probably not the greatest source I've ever had, but it's probably not completely reliable information. But it did say that in the game.
And you're not worried about that?
Well, then I walked across the street and I was nearly hit by a bus, and I was like, well, I'll be all right, won't I? 'Cause that's not going to drown me, unless it knocked me over straight into a puddle and I can't get back up again.
If your cause of death was a bus knocking you into a puddle and then you drowning, do you think the bus gets like an assist? Like, is that bus driver guilty or is it the puddle? Are we blaming this on Jesus or on Jesus who drives the bus? That's not supposed to be racial. That's it's just a fun name.
Well, what are my other injuries?
I don't know. You tell me.
Just drowning. That's the cause of death.
Yeah, but you have been hit by a bus. You probably would have got up otherwise.
Oh, that's such a good question. I'd say go to prison for half the time.
Bus driver.
Jesus. Yeah. For like half the time of murder.
Yeah,
Whatever murder is, cut it in half.
And you reckon he does like 3.5 days a week, or is he doing like half a sentence?
Oh, well, I don't want to be too hard. Let's do 3 days a week, 3.5 days a week.
Yeah.
Early finish on a Thursday.
So are you more cautious around water and less cautious away from water now, would you say?
Yeah, completely. And I used to work with dead people. I used to assist people in their dying moments.
Really? You were on like pillow duty?
Yeah, 100%.
Smothering?
Yeah.
But that sort of suggests that you do fear death a little bit.
I mean...
It's just not at the front of your brain, is that what you're saying?
No.
No, you don't
Not asked.
Really? Because I think, for me, death informs like a lot of my choices.
Are you worried about death?
Front of my brain every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you worried about are you worried about the process of death? Are you worried about dying too young and then missing out?
The finality of it is disgusting.
Right.
It's the terrifying part.
Okay.
Like that everything will be done and there's no version. Like I think people imagine that you get to watch sort of like a Spotify Wrapped of your life when you die. But I don't want to.
I don't want to see
You
that.
don't.
I don't want to.
You just pass away.
Would you want to see that?
I suppose I'd like some kind of review, some opportunity to review my decisions and
I don't know
stuff.
about
You don't think so?
that. No. What? And then be like, oh, I fucked it up.
What's the best last word you ever heard?
When I said, "Can
It
I
was
have
what you said.
No, it is. It's a
Right.
question and an answer. I said, you know that box of dairy milk that Lorraine bought you yesterday? You're not going to eat it. Can I have it?
And then they
They
said,
said, yes.
oh my God.
It's pretty good.
And then passed away.
Yeah, pretty good date.
They bequeathed you their
Just
final
before
chocolate.
lunch as well, so it was perfect, really.
Did you have the chocolate after your lunch?
It wasn't the one chocolate, it was like an entire box. Well, I hadn't been open, the plastic was still on it.
Did you ever find you lost your appetite after witnessing a death?
If anything, I was hungry. Hungry for life.
All right. Then we've come to my favourite segment of the show. You'll know about this. My favourite segment of the show is when you get to ask me a question.
Oh my God.
Do you have a question for me?
Oh my God. You have, yeah, all right. It's not very deep though. I'm disappointed in myself. I thought I'd call it something better.
Let's get it.
I think, I was wondering, the facial hair, I'm not saying I don't like it. I do like it. But it's quite a different approach than you're used to. Because you were quite clean cut. Very pretty boy. Pretty boy Michael May. That's what they call you in the dark streets. And I was wondering, what's the decision? Do you want to try something different? And if you do, why do you want to be different?
Okay.
You know, is it deep? Is it not?
I'm sure there's probably been a lot of comments about this, actually. The genuine, honest truth is that in editing this show so far, I've watched a couple of episodes where I've been clean-shaven, a couple of episodes where I've been not. And I think I look better with facial hair.
Okay.
But my facial hair situation is bleak.
Right.
I don't get it here.
Oh, I thought that was...
Nah, I shaved that a bit there.
Has it got... Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that it's
Yeah.
more European.
Right, okay, yeah, I misunderstood what you meant before. I thought you meant that literally where the hair is now, that's only where it grows.
No. I get like sparse bits here, but it looks shit. These are the
Right.
only bits that you could with a straight face call a beard.
As the teenagers used to very cleverly call in the day, bum fluff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the fluff you get in your arsehole.
Clever that was, wasn't it?
You know what? I don't get fluff on my arsehole. I get sort of like nettles.
Well, I think it's interesting when someone dramatically changes the way they look.
Yeah.
Because it's, are you doing it, like, I think someone's usually been through a bit of a breakdown.
Well, it's quite a solid alternative to killing yourself, isn't it?
It is.
Instead of killing yourself, you can dress differently, get like a haircut and that.
Yeah.
You could move.
You could move.
You could kill someone else and see if that gives you the strength of a god.
Yes, you could.
All right, we've come to the final segment of the show. Quickfire questions. That's why I ask you questions. Quickfire, is that right?
Yeah.
Falling on ice or surviving animal attacks?
Surviving animal attacks. I would rather survive an animal attack with a shark than not at all. I'd rather have a near miss with a shark. I love sharks.
Live forever at 60 or die forever at 60?
Die forever at 60.
Yeah, me too. Yes.
Who wants to live forever? As Queen once said.
Actually, I would live forever, now I think about it.
You would hate that.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
boring.
Yeah, I'd die forever at 60. Good shout. Favourite book? Fiction only.
A book by Richard Lehman called Beast House. On the way there, they run into Jack and Abe, two ex-Marines who saved them from a crazed driver with a
I didn't realise
serious
Odysseus
case.
and Eurybates went with Ajax and Odysseus. And I didn't realise they had Zeus's permission either. I must have skim-read this part of the Iliad the first time I read it. What's it about?
It's about a house with a beast in it.
Perfect. Favourite pair of pants?
Trousers or
Non-fiction only.
what? My favourite made-up pair of pants.
No, your favourite non-fiction, like real pair of pants that you own.
Oh yeah, that's what non-fiction means. Period pants. Everyone's got a pair of period pants. I have more than one.
What, red ones?
No, it's the ones that you wear when you just want to be really comfortable.
Just comfy pants?
Comfy pants.
Comfy
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah.
Do they need replacing more often than other pants?
100%, yeah. Not that they do get replaced.
Oh, really?
Got them on now, actually. Not good.
What, are they just bigger?
They just kind of like, they look a bit like they come in a very big pack.
Yeah. Sort of industrial.
Yeah,
Stolen-
usually black
stolen.
to make sure that any, discoloration from washing with other clothes doesn't make any difference. Incredibly comfortable, though.
And you were probably peeling them off all those corpses you used to work with.
Just take them. Take them for myself.
Favourite Emma Chamberlain video?
I don't know who Emma Chamberlain is.
Favourite song on Trash Island by Tyboy Digital Blade and Echo 2K? Feel free to prick a track number if you don't.
17.
It's only a short project.
7.
All right, thanks, Hannah.
Thank you.
Do you have anything you want to plug for the people, for the FTNTS fans?
Yes, I have a podcast called Ghost Huns.
Ghost Huns.
Yeah.
You and Susie Priest.
Me and Susie Priest.
Check it out. Phantasmal cunts with Susie Priest and was it Hannah Byczkowski? Hannah Byczkowski's.
Byczkowski is.